Somebody told me the citizens of the country are collateral in World Bank loans and IMF loans. So maybe they have to keep you alive so that they have more bargaining power when they sell you to the World
Dude,
Bank.
this is just a joke. It didn't actually happen. It didn't actually happen. I'm not sure if it actually happened because in Zimbabwe, jokes can be actual truth and we don't know. So they said, so remember when the coronavirus started, Zimbabwe had no cases for like a good 2 weeks. South Africa was already at like 10, 15, 20, 30
200 days.
cases. Not 200, yeah. And Zimbabwe had no case. Then UNICEF came out and said, we're giving $1 billion to a country that has these number of cases. The next morning, Zimbabwe was like, we've got 50,000 cases. I'm exaggerating it. It was just a joke. They said the joke. I'm not sure. Because UNICEF did say they were going to give money to countries that have cases.
The joke is, we're not sure if it's a joke.
And the next day, we've got like 100 cases in Zimbabwe. Like, from where? From where? Yesterday.
So I told you, South Africans, you all should have kicked out the South Africans when you had a chance. Now they infected your people.
Alcohol. Those motherfuckers that came for alcohol left y'all with some COVID, bro.
Yo, imagine that's really how it happened. Like somebody was trying to smuggle in some stuff for South Africans and infected a whole country. Like, whoa.
You know, there's a business, we call it Malaicha business, right? So it's like people who go shopping in South Africa and get all your groceries and then they bring them back to Zimbabwe. So for example, it's like I've got someone on my phone right now I can call and just be like, I want deodorant, I want this, I want cooking oil, I want this, I want that. Just send it up to, it'll take 3 days and the guy will cross the border with it. You just pay the amount and the duty that the guy paid if he came in legally.
Oh, so he can come in legally.
Yes.
Why haven't we started a business like this before, bro? That's
because it's overwhelmed and every country does it. Like Zambia does it, Zimbabwe does it. Everybody we buy your products through this way. When the government
buy it on a platform. I'm a creator app.
No.
Sign to my app. You find the guy that slams it.
The thing is,
Imagination comedy style.
Your app is going to be sanctioned by the government and the government's going to be like, pay the duty and pay the taxes. And that's going to be expensive for us to buy, so you will not be lucrative. But if you're a guy who crosses the border illegally, right, and crosses with people's groceries, we don't pay that duty, we don't pay that government tax.
I get you. So especially
like,
the business tax is probably a little bit worse than just some normal.
But then you do pay the commission of the guy who's crossing with your items. For example, like my deodorant. This is from South Africa, nigga. This is from South Africa. Like most of the things I put on my deodorant, that's from South Africa. It's expensive as hell in Zimbabwe. So you pay somebody to go to South Africa and buy it for you. So
it's cheaper.
It's not cheaper. It's expensive, but it's the only way you get good quality products for a cheaper price in Zimbabwe.
That's what I'm saying. Is it cheaper to get it coming in from South Africa and just pay the guy?
Yes.
Than it is to just go to your local supermarket and buy it.
Yes. Because in Zimbabwe we've got like 3 currencies, bruh. So no. Right? So
bro, check how ideas just messed up everything. Like, bro, I'm right here. It's the same deodorant. What is this now? Like, why does someone have to go all the way somewhere else and come back with it?
You guys live in a very stable economy. Yes, you guys get your inflation and the US dollar gets to be 16 Rand or 14 Rand and 16 Rand and 14 Rand. For us, the US dollar gets to be 16 Rand today, 28 Rand tomorrow, 30 Rand the next day, 50 Rand the next day. It only goes up. Inflation, that's what it's called, right? So the prices of things, somebody who chooses to sell something in US dollars will peg it on the actual import price of it. And then they'll put their own commission. So it will cost $5, $5 for this, when I can get this for how many Rands? How many Rands can I get this for?
30, 40.
30. How many US dollars is that? That's like $1, $2.
$1 and something, almost $2, like 1,7 or something.
I would rather pay a guy to bring this from South Africa for me and pay $2 for it and pay $5 in the shop down the street. I would rather do that. And if the person
That's
is going to sell
extraordinary, bro.
in the local currency, he's going to sell it at such an exorbitant amount because in order to import it, he needs to convert the local currency back into US dollar so he can go buy this, right? It's not manufactured in Zimbabwe, right? It's manufactured somewhere else. So he needs to hoard it in US dollars. Now, the US dollar equivalent has changed because of inflation. So now the business has always been one-sided. We buy from South Africans coming this way. But I was talking to one of my friends and he said, you know what? South Africans are buying a shit ton of cigarettes and alcohol. We are now transporting shit back now.
Bro, do you know billions, Gibson, that are being lost in our economy because of billions? There's an extra couple bill to your economy, bro. I don't know. Please just provide us exile when exile place when the thing goes
We don't
down.
deserve that shit.
No, you do. Then you do. You do. Look, because we might hate you when you burn our necks, but we still like we're like we get it. We get it. You're angry about something, and we get it.
But why must you suffer as other human
They're like
beings trying
directing
just
it to
make
the
a
wrong
living?
outlet.
Why must you suffer as a human being just trying to fucking live? We're fighting for, look, it's not yet to the extreme of I'm trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we're killing other people.
Yeah, but
You
I
guys
think
have
same
welfare.
principle.
You guys have welfare. I've never heard of welfare in Zimbabwe. There's no such thing.
Isn't Zimbabwe supposed to be like more socialist than anything else, bro? Isn't that why you all have all the sanctions?
But with what resources, bro?
No, nigga, no.
Being looted and
So then why do you all have all the sanctions if you all are capitalist? How the
Because
banks want
apparently we refused to pay back a couple of white farmers. White farmers got pissed. We took their land, so now they want their money back. Didn't you? It's been trending also.
I saw they paying it back. I didn't understand
So,
why
yeah,
you
so-
doing that. Because like, look, I understand in international law. I learned about it last year. That's a expropriation itself. Market price is an actual international law requirement for expropriation.
Oh well,
When
was
I
there?
saw that, I saw it was messed up.
John Rhodes was fucking black women out of this country. Was there international law then? Ah, no.
That's the thing. That's one thing I'll never.
Land. It's ours.
But Gibson, now the transition, Soma, us as the people of this continent, we know what the sins are and we know what the solutions are. Why has it still not been done?
Because
I've been blaming the leadership for it.
In this modern day or way of living, we cannot just take that land and want to continue living with the rest of the world. It's not going to
I don't
happen.
understand why. Why?
Neil's got it.
Because
Why?
the rest of the world is going to it's going to be like, no.
It's a similar principle to me walking into your house right now where you are and be like, this is mine now, go. Without any compensation, without any legal paperwork, without any law. By the way we live today, the law and the government that we have today, you have a right to sit in that house and it is yours. You paid for it. It is yours. I can't just get out. It's mine now.
Yeah, but also, like even in our constitution, housing and property are two separate rights, guys. And I feel like people always, like especially the whites, the fire farmers and what that try to spread white genocide rumors. Like, yo, if the government expropriate, the government can't chase you out of your house. It's illegal for the government to do that. However, property is a different concept. A house, it's weird to say, but
a house depreciates.
A house can be a RDP. You understand what I mean? Property is the land the RDP is built on. Do you understand what I mean?
The government
that house can also be property, not just the land that is on, but that house is a house type of property. So it's a different right. Do you know what I mean?
And
I feel like we always conflate the two.
When the white people came to Africa, they made our chiefs and sign over land to them with deeds that our chiefs couldn't understand. They were bribed
and at gunpoint, bud.
And at gunpoint sometimes. Like, dude, I've been watching the history of Ethiopia. I've been watching the history of so many countries, dude. Like in Africa, the way white people did it was so similar. You know how King Leopold got the DRC? Have you watched that Don Cheadle thing? Have you watched it?
No, but if it's about King Leopold, please hook me up. I hate that guy so much, bro. Yo.
Dude. It's like 3 hours of learning why the DRC is the shit pocket it is today. And it all starts with that nigga, King Leopold.
I'm gonna watch it right
now. And you know the Belgians still don't want to take responsibility for it.
I'm gonna send
the Prime Minister said something that was like a young acknowledgement, but I didn't apologize for it because that would mean that they have to pay reparation.
When white people came, Tambam, when white people came, they came and they made us sign these things, and we didn't know what we were signing. And we gave them over our most valuable asset, an asset that we Africans had been taken for granted because it was always there and it was ours, right? So we signed it over to them. Then they devised law when they created the government of Rhodesia, and the government of all their white fucking puppet
the colonial
governments, right? And then they enshrined their British law and saying, you have a right to this land. This is what you paid for. You own it. And there's a deed and all that crap that we Africans didn't understand. And then when we decided to take the land back, they brought back that British bullshit and said, I had a deed to this land. When you took
it's the same thing like money. Like, when you came here, money wasn't a concept. Now you need money just to redo what was done by you. What is that? Now I must pay you using your money to get back what you took without those concepts.
Yeah, the only reason I support compensation for the improvements done on the land and for everything, the only reason I support compensation is because it's the only way to get these white people off our backs. Then the land can be truly ours. If we're gonna have to sacrifice this money because this is what they care about. All right, give it to them. Let's be broke for the next 50 years, but at least the land is ours. The country is ours.
And
then at the end of that, we'll say we earned it. We paid you back, did we not? You white.
Paid you back for what?
Something
for what? Back
for being the superior race. You managed to outsmart me. Now I have to pay you at your own game because you are the. Fuck off, man.
So why can't we just outsmart them? Because let me tell you what's been happening lately in various spots in South Africa. I don't know if it's being run by an illegal faction or if it's actually the government being smart. But like, bro, they just section off parts of land randomly and they go invade there. That's young illegal, isn't it?
Look,
but do you know what the law provides? The law provides that you cannot remove someone from their house without giving them an alternative place. So now you have swaths of people. They just put up a shack or something, even if you don't stay in the shack or whatever. Okay, now Aranya, he wants me to ask you about Aranya. But like that land thing, just go put up a shack. Government can't kick you out. Because they're gonna have to like move you into a home to kick you out. Do you know what I mean? The owner can't. It's protected. There's a case. I just don't know the name, but there's a case that says you can't do that. So is that not taking your land back in a way? Is that not taking your land back without having to pay compensation and without having to amend your country's legislation to conflict with international law?
Do you know what Robert Mugabe did soon after land invasions? He changed the constitution of the country. He changed the law books to say that what he did was legal. But then the white countries, the ones that puppet master everybody, were like, no, your decision to change your own legislature coming from your own parliament, which was elected by your own people, was illegal in our eyes. So we're going to put sanctions up until you compensate the farmers and invalidate the previous law. Then we're going to lift the sanctions and forget about the land question. That's why we need to pay the money back.
Yeah, bro. You see, in changing the constitution gets tricky. Then the UN and the Illuminati or whoever is on your back. That's why I say, isn't that just the best? If a case supports you, look, hey guys, UN, white countries, whoever colonizers, we ain't changing no
Colonizers.
law. We ain't changing the law so that to take our land back. Don't get mad at us. The people just got smart, and our own law prevents us from doing anything about that situation. Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
why? They just go section of land, buy that plot of land for like 500,000 cheap, put up a shack or something. You can't be moved out. It's yours now, whether they like it or not. It's like recolonizing your own country. I love the idea so much, right? Yo, because it's it's not illegal. It's so not illegal. Okay, it's illegal, but it's so illegal that doing the opposite of it, trying to stop you from doing it, makes you even more illegal. I don't know how that works, but that's crazy to me.
So I found it. I've sent you guys the King Leopold documentary. Sorry, it's only an hour 44, so I was exaggerating earlier. But
That's
watch.
not that
It's
bad.
a very good watch. It's narrated by Don Cheadle, so it's a very very good watch. You will hate some white people when you're done with this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You'll be like, King Leopold? Okay, I hate Hitler. I hate this guy. I hate that guy. But King Leopold.
That's what I never understood. I
That
understand
motherfucker
why
chopped
Jewish
people's
people
hands.
have made Hitler what he
Fucking
is. And don't get me wrong, I will never ever downplay the
it's
Holocaust or
because
anything.
it was black
But I
people
never
that
understood
Leopold
how
destroyed.
Hitler was the most evil in the world, having killed 6 million
It's
Jews. We
because
talk
he
about him
did it
as
to
the most evil,
Caucasian
but King
skinned
Leopold,
motherfuckers.
10 mil?
Look at the
I'm not
Nah,
first
but
thing,
no, bro.
anti-Semitic.
like people with hands chopped off. That's the first thing you see when you start the video.
Of course, that's what that motherfucker did. He chopped your hands off. Like, I'm not anti-Semitic or anything, just by the way. Uh, but that's why the world is up in arms. It's because it was fucking Caucasian looking people that were massacred and not Africans who are worthless. That's why
Can,
Leopold is not.
Anti-Semitic is anti-Jewish
Wait,
people.
wait, Gibson. We are. Whoa, no. I want us to have that conversation, but I want y'all to know we are gonna edit it out. I am not gonna mess around there, bro. China can cancel me whoever. I'm not going there. There, bro. Even I'll say free Palestine, but they,
Yes,
that's
yes,
about as far as I'll
Palestine.
go.